Listen, we got some serious breaking news to discuss involving Lonzo Ball, ZO2, the Chino Hills prodigy. There's a lot of growing rumors out there that Lonzo Ball potentially could be headed to Los Angeles. There's a lot of speculation out there. Now, this rumor came out. It was two gentlemen who went on a podcast and they opened their mouths about some remarks about Lonzo, and that's what drew a lot of this speculation. But nonetheless, we're gonna get into what they believe possibly could be the case. And Lonzo makes a lot of sense if you are the Lakers, and if you are a Laker fan, he helps you out a lot. The Lakers, they seem to have an infatuation with a lot of their old guards. You know, we all know the D'Angelo Russell situation. We all know how that turned out. And if you look at D'Lo, you know, he speaks about playing that free game of basketball. Now, LeBron James and Lonzo, that makes a whole lot of sense. We can't sit up here and act like these two ain't make magic together. I mean, what was it? The youngest I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they were the youngest to ever have a triple double. Both, you know, Lonzo and LeBron. So clearly, they was really working on some magic that I think that they never really could get finished. You know, because this AD trade kind of came out of nowhere. You know, that people was going to be getting moved when AD came in the picture. You know, nobody was safe, including Lonzo Ball. And you seen tenfold that they were gonna move everyone. Now, Kyle Kuzma seemed to be the guy who was safe in all of this, and I believe that they made a terrible mistake. They end up moving Kyle Kuzma. But if you have AD there, you want to have Lonzo. That pick and roll, you know, would have been deadly. You know, you got too much on LeBron already to facilitate everything for you. You know, it's only so much that LeBron is going to be able to do, especially at this advanced age. You know, Lonzo is in the final season, you know, of that big bag that he got from Chicago. And the Bulls, they got some decisions to make, you know, because what do you do? You know, Lonzo has, you know, been injury riddled for them. I'm pretty sure they're either going to move him. I think they're going to move him. You hearing Zach's name all in trade rumors. I just think they're going to wait to the last second, you know. What really to watch is what they're going to do with Zach and what they're going to do with Vooch, because all of that coincides with Lonzo. You know, because I don't believe he is in the era with those guys. He came there to play. He didn't come to play with Kobe White and help out with the young talent that they was going to be bringing in on the horizon. You know, he came to play with Zach LaVine. He came to play with Vucevic. You know, so once you start moving on from those guys, you know, the writing is clearly on the wall. You know, I'm hearing that from listening to these two gentlemen speak. They talked about the Lakers possibly getting Lonzo for a second round pick, two seconds. You know, Lonzo clearly could help out with a lot of the guards that they're going to be dealing with out west. You look at the Ja Morants, you look at some of these players. You're going to need somebody who could defend these people, who not afraid. You know, Lonzo, I'm telling you, his defense is just impeccable. That's one of his top things that he does do, you know, and while he's dealing with his injuries, his defense is able to take him to the next level. Now, if you look at the averages for Lonzo, it's not through the roof. You know, I'm expecting Lonzo to really turn it up next season, you know, and the seasons beyond that. And I think that's what whoever team is trading for Lonzo right now, they are looking into the future. You know, you're not looking into this season and this season alone. You're looking into how is Lonzo going to look next year, you know, when he's a couple years away from all of this intense surgery. Lonzo went through a lot, you know, to get back to where he's even at right now. I just don't want nobody to point that out. A lot of people did not even predict Lonzo to even be back, you know, and for him to defy all the odds and get back to where he is, I think it truly needs to be spoken about. Now, the Lakers, man, he can handle Los Angeles. That's his home. You know, a lot of people don't know where he's going to go, but Lonzo belongs to be in the big city. Also, you want to have Lonzo with some weapons, you know, where he could facilitate. He already understands how to play with LeBron. You bring him back to LA, I think he never leaves because he wasn't supposed to leave. He fits with LeBron. He knows what LeBron is wants. He played in the system. So I think that you bring a guy in that's really a shoe in. A lot LeBron would love to have Lonzo back. He really would. Lonzo is a lot more, mature basketball player than he always was a mature basketball player, but I could say he's matured even more as a player. His shot selection, his just everything is just on point, even more than it was before. And I think he can really handle, and we never seen Lonzo in the playoffs, but it's certain things that just translate, IQ, defense, all of these things will fit well for him, headed into the postseason. And then it's not like he's coming here to be the leading scorer. He's going to be here to feed the scorers, so that's going to be easy for Lonzo. It'll alleviate pressure from AD because there are reports out there saying that LeBron and Anthony Davis are growing concerned that the Lakers can't put the right pieces around them to maximize their time. There's only so much they could do, in my humble opinion. But I hope that the Lakers pull this off if they can. I don't know if this is what Lonzo wants. Hopefully he has some kind of say-so in where he goes. But wherever Lonzo go, I want him on a contender. I want him playing for something. We've never seen Lonzo in the playoffs yet. Last time we seen Lonzo when he was healthy, he had them in the number one seed. So I want to see him back in a position where he could compete for a playoff berth. Right now with Chicago, it seemed like the only way in is to play in. And I just think Chicago is just so decimated as a team, as an organization. They'll never get back to where they was, prior to all of the stuff that transpired. We all know Chicago should have been way better than where they are right now. I think we all can point that out. Chicago shouldn't be in the cellars, and that's what Chicago is right now. They are in the complete cellars. We don't know how they're gonna get out, and they on treadmill. A team that's going nowhere. That's the only way I could slice and dice what's going on with the Bulls. They're going absolutely nowhere. Fast. Now, what does LeVar Ball say in all this? Like I said, y'all remember LeVar Ball said they would never win a championship when they let go of his son. Now they won one in that lockout, whatever the year was, the protocol, whatever. People weren't too happy when he left Los Angeles. I remember LeVar went on the campaign on Undisputed. It was like, oh, if I blow the trade up, I blow the trade up. LeVar Ball was trying to make sure he kept Lonzo in Los Angeles. He didn't want him to leave, but he ended up going to New Orleans, and he did good. He met up with Fred Vincent. All of these things led Lonzo to be where he is today. And if he was to make a Laker reunion, he will propel them to the next level, and that's what they need. They need Lonzo. So let's see what happens, man. We're going to find out where Lonzo go. Let's get in the comment section. Let's get interactive. We're breaking down some news. It's Flight Sports TV. You already know what it is.